Welcome back, Naughty Nation. It's your boy Bronson, and today we're gonna answer that one question everybody's always asking. Which freaking epoxy do I use?
The Naughty Artisan.
Okay, so you see before me all these different types of epoxies used. Constantly when I'm teaching classes, I'll get calls constantly. People are asking, hey Bronson, am I okay to use this epoxy to do this, or this epoxy to do that? And really the answer is, it depends. Every epoxy is formulated for a different application. So I've got 6 of my favorite epoxies out before me, and then a 7th non-epoxy that everyone needs to know about. So we're just gonna run through them real quick. The first one is a lightning cure epoxy. These all come from the Epoxy resin store. This little baby is great. It's designed specifically for tumblers. If you're into tumblers, this is the epoxy for you. It cures quickly, it cures hard, and it cures clear. It's also good for woodworking, so if you want to mix up a little of this, brush it on, seal up your edges before you pour your deep pours, this is the product for you. Next, we've got our tabletop, or in this case, super gloss, and it's designed anytime you've got a flat surface that you're wanting to coat. So an art canvas, a piece of wood, a countertop, a table, anything like that is designed to lay out. You trowel it out, goes 1/8 of an inch thick when it settles and self-levels out. Dries very, very durable, very, very hard, gives you a nice high gloss finish, and it sets up just like glass. So it's not designed for pouring, it's designed for coating. Now, if you're gonna pour, there's 2 epoxies that I recommend. The first one being the floral resin from the Epoxy resin store. Now this is for your smaller pours. So it was designed specifically for doing dried flowers. It's very viscous, very water-like, and it takes time to set up. Now the beauty of that is it gives me time to get in. All the bubbles are out. It's super crystal clear. It fills in all the cracks by being viscous enough, and it's really, really good. Now you don't want to pour a ton of this at once, so I use this on smaller applications. A small charcuterie board, maybe some jewelry, a little cube or pyramid that you'd put with like your flowers and those kind of things. This is the perfect resin for that. All right, now let's say you're pouring something bigger, like a river table. Well, in that case, you want to go with the deep pour epoxy. This epoxy was designed to pour up to 2 inches thick in a much larger application. So bigger than you would use for the floral pour, but very similar to the floral resin. It's viscous, it flows really good. All the bubbles rise to the top so it doesn't get trapped in there. You get a crystal clear result. Super hard, there's not flexibility in it like I've had with other resins. Very, very strong. I love it for all of my river tables and projects like that. All right, this one is a high performance marine epoxy. This is for your outdoor use, for boats, paddle boards, surfboards, those kind of things. We're in the process of shooting a stand-up paddleboard video that will finish with this resin right here. So it's chemically resistant. It's designed to take salt water, that abusive marine environment. This is the stuff to use. Next, we've got our floor coating. So now, rather than the tabletop, I'm putting it on the floor. So if there's this, when I go to pour my floor, this is the resin I want to use. It's designed and formulated to be very, very hard. Sets up a little thicker, sets up a little slower, gives me time to spread it out and get what I've got to get done. And this is your epoxy for your flooring application. And the final thing you need about this is polyaspartic. It's a very, very strong, very, very durable product. This is a non-yellowing product. So if you've got something that's gonna be outside, let's say you want to coat a bar or a table or an outside barbecue, this is the product for you. You don't want to use an epoxy resin, you want to use a polyaspartic coating. The difference between this and epoxy, the UV rays just pass right through this and it never ambers. Over time, you will get some ambering with your epoxy. You don't with the polyaspartic. Now, I do want to bring up one thing about that. This is not a sunscreen. You don't put it over an epoxy coating to prevent your epoxy from yellowing, because the UV rays are just going to pass right through the polyaspartic and will still amber the epoxy underneath over time. This is a standalone product. We're going to have a whole bunch of videos coming out on how to use this in all kinds of applications. It's fantastic, super durable. You're going to love using this product. All right, so I want to use this as an example of how we've used multiple types of epoxy in a single application. So if you saw the countertop on how to make a live edge bathroom countertop, this is the countertop we built. Right here you'll notice we poured a deep pour in there. So I used deep pour resin and we colored it green. And then once that's set up, we coat the top with super gloss. Now in this case, we did a clear super gloss to give us that glass effect there, and we decided to throw a dark ocean on it as well. So we used some tints, some mica powders that you can find on the site as well to create our ocean. We also have a tutorial on how to do this. Check it out on one of our other videos. But that's a perfect example of how you might use different types of epoxy in a single application. I just wanted a thin coat on top. Had I poured a deep super gloss in here, 2 inches deep, it would overheat and crack and we would get a bad result. It's the wrong product for the wrong application. So that's an example of when you might want to use that. You want to make sure you're using the right epoxy for the right application and you'll get a perfect result every time. Don't cut corners, just use the right stuff and you'll be happy in the end. Thanks for watching our video on choosing the right epoxy for the right application. If there's something I missed or if you had any questions, go ahead and drop a comment below. We'll be glad to answer those specifically for you. And once again, you know we don't ask for any money on our channel, but we do ask for 3 things in return. First thing is to like this video. Second thing is to subscribe to our channel. Third thing is to ring that bell so when we get a new video, you're the first to find out.
The Naughty Artisan. The Naughty Artisan.